So I was asked to install Splunk. Okay, simple enough. If you're on Windows, you download the installer, double click next a bunch of times, and you're done. With Linux, you're going to just type yum install Splunk, and you're kind of done if we're just installing Splunk. The problem with that is you will never install Splunk that way in the real world. The reality is your office is going to be using group policy and software pushes that way. You might have a third-party software management package for Windows. You might be using Puppet. You might be using Ansible. You are going to need to tweak Splunk to meet your needs. You're going to have to go in there and say, I want to put data here. I want to put my configs here. You're going to have to buy different grades of disk for different types of data. So it's not an easy answer to say, I'm just going to install Splunk. And I guess I'll do that. But what I really want to do is get you to understand the Splunk installation process, kind of show you a little around an operating system, show you some scripts options, how to download the software, and maybe just get you thinking about the way Splunk can be installed, giving you more tools for your tool belt so that when you go back to your office or production environment or your customer, whoever you're consulting with, you can actually get in there and understand how they do things versus how Splunk does things and bridge that gap. That's where you need to be by the end of your Splunk administrator journey. And it's interesting that we have to install Splunk to learn it and to play around, but by the time you get to a production environment, the way you install Splunk will no longer look that way. You're going to come back to the beginning and say, well, this is all wrong. This would never work in my environment. This is not clustered. It's not using my disk. It doesn't follow our policy for deployment. We're supposed to use any number of things that I can't think of right now. So I'm left in this challenging place of trying to give you as much information as possible without it being sort of random. I'm going to get you guys working for now. Get you working with a Splunk environment, try and get you some details, try and show you a few little things, and then we're going to build on that as the series goes on. So if you don't see it installed the way you want to see it installed, we might get there. We might not too. So what I would like you to do is make sure to message me. If you're saying, hey, I need this on Azure, hey, I need this on Kubernetes, hey, I need this on, just put a comment in the video or something below. Or I need this clustered, or can you show it to me with group policy, something like that. Let me know what you need. I'm happy to make a video. People need it. I'm sure people will click on it, and it's worth doing. But do understand as the series progresses and you understand the internal configurations of Splunk, we'll actually be able to get in there and kind of level things up, and you'll start to see how these options could benefit your environment. So I'm going to flip over now, and we're going to do an installation in just one sec.